Okay, so I'm so excited to do this Instagram training for you guys, just because there's just been so many Instagram changes like within the past like 6 months, ever since last summer. Like lots of different algorithms. Oh my goodness, lots of different things happening, and I've really honestly like tested the system of like Instagram, and I finally like found like what has been really working for me and how to, just work it all. So, for those of you that are new and have never been on a Zoom before, welcome. This is literally how we have all of our trainings. We have one, at least one every single week. We also have one on Wednesdays with Cassie at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is like awesome. Like her Zooms are always great. And then I do this one every single week just for my team. So I just wanted to really just do this for you guys. So the first thing about, working your business on Instagram, just so you guys know, I have worked my business on Instagram for almost 3 years now, which is a very long time. So the first thing that, when you're following new people and you're growing your network and you're growing your business, the first thing that people are going to look at is your bio. It's kind of like your resume. Like, when you have a resume, like you want it to like really look good, and you want, like no spelling mistakes, and you want like something to like catch your eye. That's your bio to other people when people are like, okay, do I want to follow this girl or not? So in your bio, you always want your name. So I have my first and my last name. You can put your first name, whatever you want. And then I have 5 things about me, but if you don't have 5 things, you could put at least 3. So I honestly can't even remember off the top of my head. I just know the first one is Chipotle addict. I have Chipotle addict, night owl, foodie, Rhode Island, because that's where I'm from, and I'm an RWU alum. I'm a college grad. And then you can always put a quote that you live by or that you love. So like one of my favorite quotes of all time is "Know your worth and be you, do you, for you." That's what I have in my bio, and that's literally like all about me in like 2 seconds. So like, if you like, sushi, or if you are in college, like put your college, or, if you like coffee, like a lot of people have like coffee addict or something like in their bio. But I'm obsessed with food. So like I have foodie in there, whatever is like very true to you, like you want that in your bio. And then the second thing, when like you accept people's like follow requests and everything, are highlights. Highlights are like awesome because they're kind of new. So highlights, I feel like, have been a thing for maybe like a year now, but they didn't used to have them, and I wasn't really a fan of them at first, but now I am. So in your highlights, if you look at my Instagram, oh, that's really bright. Oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Okay, so that's my Instagram. So you can see like those little like circle bubbles, those are highlights. Some people don't even know what they are. So those are my highlights. And basically like I have a highlight for like every part of my life. I have one for that things that are funny, or food, gym, nails, salads. I love salads. Drinks, because I'm 23, I'm of age, so I like to drink. I have like one for my family, one for my best friends. I have one for my dogs, my favorite music, where I've traveled, quotes. And then I have something for It Works for like my story, like, why I started, where I am now, all that stuff. And so the highlights are like a really good thing to have because it just proves that you're a real person. Just proves that you have a life, that you do things, like that you're you. So I love highlights, and they're so much fun. And like you can make them so fun. Like you can make the covers like different colors or different patterns. Mine are like actual pictures like that I've taken. I don't know if you can see them, but they're like actual pictures that I have personally taken myself, and they match my feed and my filter. But that's how I did it. Like if you want to put like your favorite color, which is purple, do that. If you want to do like little like icons for your filter covers, or I mean your highlight covers, do that. If you want them to be different patterns or whatever, like do that. It's totally you. It's your Instagram. The third thing is like, this is totally optional. I'm going to repeat that. It is optional, optional, optional. You don't have to do this, but I highly recommend having a filter. I did not have a filter for my first year and a half in the business at all. I had no filter. I just like edited my pics like on, different editing apps, like, the apps, whatever you use. But once I did get a filter, and I've used this same filter for exactly a year now, it changed my Instagram game. Like, no joke. Like, everybody always tells me that they love my feed. They love my filter. They love my pictures. Like, I cannot tell you how many people like literally DM me randomly and say like, your Instagram is gorgeous. Like, where did you get your filter? I paid $2 for my filter on Etsy. So if you go on Etsy, if you download the app and you just type in like Instagram filter, they have literally hundreds of different filters that you can choose from. If you're like struggling with like, maybe you want a filter, but you don't know like which one would look good, I really have an eye for, picking out filters and knowing like, what colors would like look really, really good. I have helped many people on my team like choose their filters, and they've stuck with it because it just suits them, their personality, and the colors that they typically post. So my filter goes with any color. And that's what I love, because like I post a lot of different colors. I don't just post the same colors. Like some people they post like browns and whites and blacks, or blues and reds and greens. Like I'm a mix of all of that. Like I post the rainbow. So I have a filter that works really well for that. Again, it's optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I will say that it helped me get more followers. It helped me get more engagement on my page. It made my posts stick out more. So it's definitely been a huge game changer for me. Again, $5 or less. Like I paid $2 for mine. One of the most important things about our business is posting. Posting is probably, in my opinion, the hardest thing to do when you first get started. And I say that from experience because that's what I personally struggled with the absolute most. You can follow, you can message, you can do the bio and the highlights and all that jazz, but posting is like what people typically struggle with in the beginning, because you don't know what to post. You don't know what to talk about. You don't know what pictures to take. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to word something. You don't know how to talk about yourself. And I want you to know that if you are feeling that way, that is normal. That is normal. It is very hard to talk about yourself every single day. It's hard. We always are totally comfortable talking about other people, but when it comes to talking about us, it's like the end of the world. So I want you guys to know that like if you are feeling that way, if you just started, or like maybe you've been in for a while and you still to this day struggle to, figure out what you want to post about, like just know that that's okay and that's normal. But I will say like the pictures part is easy. It's easy. That's the easy part. The caption is what's really, really hard. So pictures, like I post about my life. I post about me. I post about foods that I eat, places that I go, people that I'm with, my family, my dogs, Christmas, like vacations. I post a lot about food. Different holidays. I have dogs, Florida, food again. Like, so if you like look, my Instagram, although it has a filter, my Instagram is my life. Like there's a picture of me drinking coffee because I drink coffee every day. There's a picture of me and my friends and my sister in the middle, my personal results from the products, me at the top of a slide because I'm a child. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this looks like any other Instagram. Sure, I may have a filter. Does everyone have a filter? No. But like, this is like just like anyone else's Instagram. And I don't really ever post about the products. I just post me. Lots and lots and lots of me. And honestly, what is your Instagram going to look like anyway? It's going to be you. It's going to be pictures of you and your friends and your family. So whether you do it works or not, your Instagram is already like that. So continue to do that. The pictures is what's easy. The caption is what's hard. And that's what I struggled with the most when I first started. But I will tell you from experience that the more that you write your captions, the more that you post every single day, like the more that you do it, the easier it's going to get and the more that you're going to learn and the faster you'll be able to write them. It used to take me 30 minutes to write a caption because I struggled so hard with what to say. But now I can write one in 10 minutes tops and then like press submit or press share. So my tips for captions is talk about you, talk about your life, why you started, where you're going, what an extra income will do for you, what products you love, post your results, whether, it's a weight loss result or maybe your skincare results. Like I have results for skincare and weight loss because I love all of our products. And like if you're doing a before and after, just do the before and after and put your filter on it or edit it to like make it a little like, pop and bright and whatever, and then post it. I always make sure like all the pictures that I'm posting like match my feed. I'm very like particular about it. And like, post about like what products you're excited to try, or what you've learned in this business so far. If you're brand spanking new, like, my first week, like I learned that like I was welcomed into a family. Like one of my very first week, I remember like I was welcomed into a family that I never knew that I would gain when I started. And I talked about that. I talked about like gaining confidence. I talked about trying something new and not caring what other people thought. I talked about like why I joined. I joined for an extra $100 a month for gas. And I talked about that all the dang time, all the time. You guys all join for some different reason. I don't know what it is, but like talk about that. Tell your story because that is how people are going to continue to like follow you and watch your page and then reach out to you and be like, I've been watching you for so long. What do you do? And honestly, like I have gotten like the majority of my distributors that I have gotten up until very recently, I have gotten from my posts because I'm vulnerable, because I talk about what I'm going through, because I talk about where I'm going, because I talk about my goals. I talk about how I'm not perfect and how I'm not a magical unicorn. I talk about that. And if you guys like look through my posts and you read them, they are long. They are long. Okay. And the people that reach out to me and tell me like, okay, like, what do you do? Like, I love your page, or like, can you tell me more info? Those are the people that read my posts. Those are the people that have watched me for 2+ years. Those are the people that I want on my team, to the point where one of my posts motivates them to reach out to me. So that's how I literally got the majority of my distributors up until maybe a couple months ago when I started messaging for distributors. I had never done that before like a month ago. Like, and if you don't want to message for distributors, and if you don't know what that means, it's basically when you message someone asking if they would be open to hearing more info on how to make an extra income from their phone. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's okay. But I didn't do it for like 2 years. Like I didn't do it up until recently. So honestly, just like tell your story, talk about you, talk about what you're going through, talk about what you want to learn, talk about what you've learned so far, talk about that. And like, another good thing to do is like now hiring posts. Like you could post a picture of you or selfie or something and like put like now hiring, must be 18, must have a smartphone, must be motivated, $500 to $2,000 monthly, drop an emoji below if you want more info or send me a DM. That's a post. That's a post. You can do that. I do now hiring ones once in a while. If you guys ever feel like, you're stuck or you don't know what to talk about or whatever, this is where it's so important to follow people that inspire you. So like whether it's me or Sasha or Nayara or Cheyenne Knox or Cassie Westland or Lindsay Brigg-Hindy or Emily Wurzing or Nicole Hassinger, like those are like the top people I can think off the top of my head. We have so many girls that are on our team that are amazing, that are so inspiring, that are so successful, that have done this business for 3+ years. Like I follow all those girls that I just mentioned. I follow all of them because they all post different. They all talk about something different. They all have a different filter. They all have a different bio. They all do something different. But like if I'm struggling to come up with something I want to talk about, I read their stuff. for inspiration, and I'll read something from, you know, Cassie or like Cheyenne's like caption, and then something will like spark in my brain, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to talk about that. I don't copy their caption. I just read their captions to get my own ideas so I can form my own caption. So if you ever feel stuck, like always feel free to follow, you know, me or any other uplines or any person on our team for inspiration, because honestly, that's how I learned how to really write my own post and come up with different ideas of what to talk about. The next thing is stories. Stories did not exist when I joined this business. They've only been a thing for probably a year and a half now. So stories were like huge when they first came out. And like there was this big debate where they're like, oh, like they copied Snapchat, whatever. I use Instagram stories way more than I use Snapchat now, like way more. So like stories on Instagram are so awesome because people are always going through them. Always. Like just like Snapchat, you just click, go through, swipe, tap, whatever. They're always looking at other people's stuff. So posting on your story is so huge. So like my goal is to post on my story, you know, 15 to 20 slides a day. You don't have to post them all at the same time. You can do them throughout the day. So in the morning, the first thing I do every single morning, I make my keto coffee and my chocolate greens because that is what I drink for breakfast every single morning. Anybody that follows me knows that's the first thing on my story every single morning. So I literally record me making my coffee and talking about it. And then when I add like a song to it, because I love music, so like I add a song to it using like an Instagram feature. If you don't know how to do that, if you use like a video or a picture on your Instagram story, you click the little like smiley face dude and you click him and it says music, and you can add a song to like your Instagram story, which is so cool. And like they have all kinds of songs. You could literally just search whatever you want and it will come up. So I utilize my stories all the time to talk about, you know, the coffee and the greens. And then after I post that, I always, you know, post about the products. So I'll post like, you know, keto coffee and greens results, because that is like two of the most popular products that I sell really well, because I drink the keto coffees and greens every single day, every day for the past 2 years. So, you know, I constantly like have results, and I constantly have other people's results. And you can post any product results, any product spots you have open, like whatever. You can post that on your story. You can talk about the triple threat. You can talk about our skincare. You can talk about our Confianza, which helps reduce stress. You can talk about our super reds, our collagen, like literally any product. It doesn't matter what it is. Just have something to do with results in your products on your story. And they don't have to be like ridiculously elegant or pretty either. Like you don't have to, you know, make sure they're picture perfect. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're like not artistic like me, you know, I just kind of like wing it. I always just like, I make all of my stories on an app called Over. It is kind of expensive. But if you want to like make your own stories or like want to get better at making them, I highly suggest the apps Canva and Unfold. Those are really good apps that are like cheap and that like can help you kind of learn how to make your own stories. We also have a stories thread in our pages where we'll post like stories that you can literally save to your phone and post yourself. I have one in my team page. I think there's one in the Diamond and Beyond page as well. And I try to keep it updated as much as I possibly can. So if anyone has stories, you know, that they like or whatever, and just feel free to post in the pages. So you always have stories available to you. And another good thing about following leaders that inspire you, they always have stories, and you can always screenshot them and post them to your story. I do that. I still screenshot stories. I still do. I don't do it as often as I used to, but when I first started or when stories first came out, that's what I did, because I never used to make stories. But now I make all of mine, pretty much all of my own. So you post about the products that you're using. That's huge. Talking about them, whether it's like, you know, you're taking a video and like of like you making the coffee and you talking, or you like having the camera face you and be like, I use a coffee every single day. This is what it does, blah, blah, blah. And then I always have like some sort of like quote of the day from someone's page that I see, or I follow this account called Boss Babe Incorporated, and they always have like bomb quotes, like something that I always like relate to. So I follow them, and I'll post. Oh, excuse me. I'll post, what they post on my story. And then you can always have a now hiring post. This is so huge, so huge. You always want to have like product stories like on your stories, but you also want to always have a now hiring story, because you're always going to want more people on your team. You always want to also help other people make an extra income, because that is literally what we do. So I always have a now hiring post. Again, I make that my own. And it's always just so important, because like it just shows that like I'm consistent. I'm looking for people that want to make an extra income. I'm always hiring. Like I want people to always know that, because in the back of their minds, like maybe they'll scroll by it, they'll see it, be like, oh, that's kind of cool, and they won't reach out to me. But something will happen in their life where they're going to be like, holy crap, I just got laid off from my job. Oh, wait, I saw that Kayla was hiring. Oh, maybe I should reach out to her. And then they reach out. You never know what's going on in people's lives. So I always like make sure to have like a now hiring post in my story every single day. And like I always get at least one swipe up every time I post one, at least one. But it's because I'm consistent with talking about my journey. I'm consistent with posting every single day. I'm consistent with posting on my story every day. I'm so consistent with that. And that's why people watch me, because I am consistent, because I do it every single day. And then another thing is like post about your life. Like I posted that I got pizza last night because I freaking love pizza. Okay. Like, or post like a funny video that you saw, or, like post a poll. Polls are fun. You can literally ask any question and people will swipe up on it. Like I asked, like, I think it was yesterday or something. I said like, what songs do you guys listen to at the gym? Because I personally need a playlist. I need a new one. And like people answered, and like, like it's just something fun. So the more features that you use on your story, so like music, polls, asking a question, taking a quiz, using GIFs, using a Instagram filter, any of those features, the more features that you use, the more people are going to not only interact with you, but the more people are going to see your stuff. That's called an algorithm. So like that's what Instagram does. Instagram wants you to use these features, because if you do, that's going to draw more attraction and attention to your page, your posts, and more views on your posts and everything. So you always want to make sure you do that. And like another thing, it's fun. Like you do like a poll about like, do you like The Bachelor? Like, or, I don't know, like, do you go to the gym? I don't know, like any question. It doesn't always, like polls and music and all that fun stuff doesn't always have to be about It Works. It can literally be about you and just doing something funny. The next thing is following. Following is huge. Like when I started, I only had like 900 followers, I think. I don't know. On my main account, I have 5 Instagram accounts. So on my main account, which is the account that I used when I first started. So if you're wondering what I posted when I first started, scroll back 3 years. That you'll see what I posted. It looks nothing like my Instagram now. But I had like 900 followers, and now I have like 5,000 or over 5,000. Like, because I've worked so hard to grow my network. And the way that I follow is I follow my followers' followers. So like I'll click on a pic or either the first or second picture that I posted, like the first or second picture that I recently posted. Then I'll go to the likers that liked my picture, and I'll click on a girl. Any random girl, I don't care who it is. I'll click on her and I'll look at her page. If she's in college or a college grad, at least she's over 18, has a nice page, whatever. I go to like one of her pictures that she recently posted. I like the 3 first pictures if I haven't already. And then like if she has over 200 likes, I will click on her likers that like that picture, and I will follow 50 girls. Because if she's in college or a college grad, she probably follows people that are also in college or a college grad and they're over 18. That's how I've been able to do it and build my Instagram so much. There's many ways that you can follow. There's no right or wrong way. That's just the way that I do it, because once I follow that girl's followers, and then from her followers, I follow their followers and their followers and then their followers. It's just like a trifecta. Like I just like dive into other people's following list, and they're all connected, because more people are prone to follow you back if you follow like at least 5 of their friends. That's just the way it is. But you can also follow people that relate to you. So like if you're a college student or if you're a college grad, follow those people. If you love Chipotle like me, follow people that love Chipotle. If you have a dog, so like I have 2 dachshunds, so like they're wiener dogs, I follow people that also have wiener dogs. If you like to travel, follow bloggers. Like find something that you can, connect with people with, whether it's traveling or food or dogs or working out or hair or nails. I like to get my nails done, like whatever. Follow people that have similar interests to you, and they're also more likely to follow you back as well. The way that I follow, so we used to be able to follow like, 800 a day. We can't do that anymore. Instagram is really heckling down on following because they're trying to get rid of like all the robots and spam accounts and all of that. And they can't honestly decipher who is a robot and who is not. So, that algorithm has changed. So now I follow max 150 people per day. That's it. Because if you go past 200, you will get blocked from following. And it's terrible and it's awful. And then if you're blocked from following and you try to follow, you get blocked for a whole week. And it's not fun. You're blocked for a whole week. You can't post. You can't follow. You can't unfollow. You can post on your story and you can still message, but it's just miserable otherwise. So word of advice, do not follow more than 200 people. If you want to get blocked, go for it. But I'm telling you, don't do it. I only follow tops 150 people per day. And the way that there's 2 ways that you could do it. You can either follow 20 people every couple of hours, or you could follow 50 2 to 3 times. Because if you follow 50 times 3 is 150. And I always stop at 150 because, say, for example, you go past that and you go past 200 by mistake, you don't want that. So another thing is, like, when you're following, make sure that your Instagrams are private. Make sure they're not public. So by private, I mean make sure they're private. So like people have to request to follow you and you have to accept it or not if you want them to follow you. That is how I keep track of how many followers and how many follow requests I get per day. And more people are more prone to follow you back if you are private. So when I have my private account and I follow every single day, what I will do is every single morning, no matter how many follow requests I have, I will accept all of them. I don't accept them throughout the day. I don't. Because if I'm following like all day long, I want those to accumulate over the course of the day. And then the next morning I'll accept them. So like right now, I think I have like 55 follow requests on my main account. And again, I have 5 Instagrams, so I have to work all of them. But I have like 55 follow requests. So tomorrow morning, I will accept all of those people and I will message them throughout the day. So I always recommend doing following first, because that's what you need. Another thing is that you have to grow your network. You know, if you have 900 followers, you can't keep talking to the same 900 followers every single day. You can't keep posting on your story and posting on your feed to the same people every single day. Because let's be real, not everyone is going to be interested. Not everyone's going to want to join your team. And that's fine. It's just like, you not liking Target. If you go into Target and you're like, I don't know if I want to get that, and then you don't, it's fine. It's the same thing with this. So, So yeah, so I'll accept them every single morning, and it's just so important to at least follow 150 per day, just so you're growing your network every single day, so more people are seeing your stuff. I can't tell you how many times like people have followed me for 2 days and they swipe up on a story, be like, hey, like I really want to lose weight, like can you tell me more information? Or hey, like I really like would love to make an extra income, what do you do? And it's just from a follow request that I got like 2 days before. You never know. You just don't know, who's interested. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we'll move on to messaging. I wrote all of this down. Messaging. So once I accept all of my follow requests every single day, I will go into messaging. And you cannot, message 50 people in one sitting. You just can't. Want to know why? You'll get blocked. Because Instagram will think that you're a robot. Because you'll just keep messaging the same message to like all the same people, all the different people, and it'll think that you're spam and that you're just like bing, 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 and you don't want to do that. So if you want to test that and see if you can physically message more than 50, be my guest, but you will get blocked, promise. So the way that I do it is I split it up throughout the day, just like how I follow. I follow at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. every day. Every day. That's 100 people that I follow. Again, follow 100 to 150 people, whatever. But I follow at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Why? Because 12 o'clock, everyone is at lunch. Everyone is in between classes. Everybody is on break from their jobs. 6 o'clock, people are out of work. People are out of class. People are out of sports. And what do they do? What do you do when you get out of work? You check your phone. What do you do when you get out of class? You check your phone. What do you do when you're finished doing homework? You check your phone. Like, those are like prime times like for you to follow, and they're more likely to follow you back. That's how I honestly do it. When it comes to messaging, I separate it throughout the day. So me personally, I can message 15 people every couple of hours. If that's too much, I'll do 10. Or I would do 10. I personally, my number is 15. That is my number. I don't know why. I don't know how. It just is. I don't know. It's been my number for a very long time. But if you're just starting, start with 10. Start with 10 every couple of hours. So if you message, 10 people, every 2 hours, and you do it like 10 times, say for example, 10 times, just because math is easy. So if you follow 10 people 10 times every couple of hours, that's 100 people that you just messaged, which is the goal that you want. You want to have a goal of messaging 100 people a day. And do not tell me that you don't have time, because you are lying to yourself, okay? Want to know why? Because when you're messaging, how long does it take you to send a text message? How long? 30 seconds? 20 seconds? I don't know. You type something up, send. Type something up, send. It's the same freaking thing. It takes 2 freaking seconds. So like if you guys have a jam-packed schedule with school and classes and lunch and sports and jobs and whatever, I don't care. You have time. Those 10 minutes between class, you can message 10 people in literally 4 minutes, maybe less. 4 minutes. You're walking to class, you're on your phone anyway, you might as well message or follow. Following takes less time. So, don't ever, ever, ever give yourself or give me the excuse that you don't have time to do your job. Because you do. That's the whole point of this business. You can do it with you wherever you go, because you don't go anywhere without your phone. You really don't. And what are you doing when you're not talking to someone or you're in between classes? You're on your dang phone. So, bruh, don't lie to me that you don't have time, because you do. Okay? That's my red coming out at you. Okay? So, it takes literally 4 minutes to message 10 people. Less than that. Okay? Got it. Great. So if you message 100 people per day, and it takes you, for example, 4 minutes to message 10 people each time, that's 40 minutes out of your whole damn day to message 100 new people. That is not a lot of time at all. Okay? Like, and I can tell you right now, you are on your phone way longer than that. Way longer than 40 minutes a day. Scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, who knows what. Okay? So you have time to message. You have time to follow. Don't give me the excuse that you can't. Okay? Another thing, if you have an Instagram and you have over 2,000 followers, make a new Instagram. That way you'll have two Instagrams. So when you go to message on one, you'll message 10, right? Well, if you have two Instagrams, you'll message 20 per hour or 20 every other couple of hours instead of 10. So you're working smarter, not harder. So I have 5 Instagrams, guys. All right. I've been in this business for 3 years. Okay. So I literally, every time I message, I'm messaging 50 people every other few hours. If I do 10, I don't know, 15 times 5. I can't do that in my head. I have no idea what that is. I think it's, I don't know. Can't do math. Someone put that in the chat. I don't know. But like I'll do like 15 on each Instagram. So you're working smarter, not harder, and you're talking to more people and you're posting on multiple, Instagrams, and you have different followers on each. All combined between all of my Instagrams, I have around 13,000 followers. That's a lot. Okay. So what I'm saying is if you're just started and you have an Instagram that doesn't even have 1,000 followers yet, don't freak out. I want you guys to really focus on building the current Instagram that you have. If you already have an Instagram that's over 2,000 followers already, make a new one and I will walk you through how to build it and how to get your followers up and how to work 2 different Instagrams. Because honestly, the more you have, the better. But at the same time, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So if you're brand new, like joined this week, past few months, whatever, I don't recommend working more than one because you have to get in a routine. You have to get used to doing all the everyday things for this business first. And I don't want you to be overwhelmed and get stressed out and stuff. But if you're like been in for a while and you know how to work Instagram and like you're consistent, you know what to do every single day and you're ready to make a new Instagram, hit me up. I'll help you. I literally have built 4 Instagrams from scratch. Okay. One of the last things is unsend resends. Unsend resends is basically when you unsend a message that you originally sent and it disappears as if it didn't happen, as if you never messaged them. So I usually do unsend resends, on a day that I'm unfollowing, because following is important, but unfollowing is also important. I unfollow anybody that doesn't follow me back because I don't need them. So another thing, when you're messaging, make sure you're messaging your followers because those are the people that see what you're talking about, see your posts, see your stories. When if you message your following, they have no idea what you're talking about because they may not all follow you back. But unsend resends are a really cool thing. If you just started, ignore everything that I'm about to say because it will not apply to you. But if you have been in for, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever, you can do unsend resends. Basically, if I messaged a girl maybe at least 1 month ago or longer, and, I sent her a message about, products and she didn't answer or she didn't and she read it, but she didn't reply, I'll unsend it. So all you have to do is hold down the message and then it'll say unsend. You click unsend. And then I send her a completely different message about products. That is an unsend resend. Don't ever be afraid to ask more than once. Because you just don't know what's going on in people's lives when you message them. You have no idea if they're in finals week. You have no idea if their dog just died. You have no idea if they just opened your message and forgot to genuinely respond. You have no idea. Okay? So when you guys are like, oh, I'm always left on red, don't freak out. Don't stress. It's not you. It's them. Okay? Because you can't all freak out about not getting responses because guess what? People still see your stuff. They still see you. They still see your posts, your stories, all of it. They still see you. And honestly, if you message them and they still follow you and they didn't respond to you, they're interested. Honestly. There's so many people that I have followed for I don't know how long. And they're like, I've been following you for so long. I think I want to try this. Okay, where were you 6 months ago? You know what I'm saying? But don't get caught up and hung up on the people that leave you on red. They don't matter. Okay? It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't say the wrong thing. It's them. You just genuinely don't know what's going on the other side. You don't know, and you will never know. Okay, so if I'll send like a completely different message. Okay, if I have unsent and resent, a message at least once, I'll look at their profile. And if I'm looking to send them another message, I'm trying to figure out, should I ask them to host a post for me? Or should I ask them, oh, would you like more info on how to make an extra money? Oh my God, make an extra income from your phone. I cannot speak English. So, if I have sent this girl a message about trying products twice and she's left me on read both times, I'll unsend it. Then I'll go to her page. And if she has a really nice profile, she's got a filter going on, she has beautiful highlights, she's got at least 1,000 followers and whatever, and I think she'd be really good at it, that's exactly what I say. This is the message that I send. Hopefully it comes up. This is the message that I sent. If I've sent them product message twice and they don't respond to me, but they still follow me, I will send this message and be like, hey, I know I've reached out to you in the past and you weren't interested, but I just wanted to say I love your page and think you'd be amazing at what I do. Would you be interested in making an extra $500 to $2,000 per month from your phone? I'd love to give you more info. And I just say that. I have gotten so many people's numbers from that message. Please, emphasis on please, don't use that same exact message. Edit it a little bit, add some emojis, make it sound like it's coming from you. Because if we all use the same message, we're all going to get blocked. Okay? So please don't get me blocked. I will hurt somebody. So change the message a little bit, adding emojis, different something. I don't know, whatever. Just change it. So I send that, and so many people are like, oh my God, yeah, I would love to learn more info. Or so many people have said I love your page and I love following you, but I have no idea what you do, and I have no idea if I could do it. Or, oh, I don't have a big enough following for it. And I just shut that excuse down because I had 900 followers when I started. I just say girl, I had 900 followers when I started. You could totally do this. It's way easier than you think. And I say it just like that. And they're like, okay, can I have more info? And I get their number. Boom, done. Or if they say, oh, I'm in school, I have 18 credits and I have a sport and whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. I joined this when I was a junior in college with 18 credits of varsity sport, 2 jobs and 2 clubs. And I still was able to do this. So you can do it too. I say it just like that because this business is so easy to do throughout any busy schedule. It's so true. So I say that to them and they're like, wait, really? I would love to learn more. It's all about just shutting down the excuses when it comes to that. So that's how I've honestly gotten a lot of potential distributors lately. If I have sent them products at least twice or sent them a product message twice and I don't like their page and they don't have a lot of followers or their page is spammy and they post random crap or whatever, I won't unsend the message. I'll literally just send a new message, be like, hey, I have a quick question for you, and no, I'm not asking you to buy anything, haha. And I ask them to host a post for me to be entered into a giveaway. So host post is when someone will post something for you on their story about, a now hiring post or a product post. And so their followers will see it. And if they're interested in the products or, earning extra money, they'll reach out to you, which is cool because you're tapping into other people's followers list without actually having to do anything. So I do host a post all the time. I do host posts every single month. And my followers love that we do a giveaway every single month. So Nay's giveaway this month is an $800 Amazon gift card giveaway. And basically 4 winners are going to get $200 each to Amazon. How dope is that? Who wouldn't want to be entered in that? Hello. So I'll ask, what do I send? I think I send this. There. I send that. And if like they say like, oh, haha, like what's up? I'll say like, so I'm doing this Amazon giveaway and I just wanted to ask if you'd like to be entered. There's 4 winners that will be getting $200 each. I'm just asking for a small favor to be entered. Would you post 3 slides for me on your Insta story? I can send them to you. They're already made and tag me. If you do, you'll be entered into the giveaway. It would mean so much to me. Does that work? Or how does that sound or whatever? You can change the message however you want. But that's what I do. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, like send the slides my way. Or like, oh, like what do I post? And I'll send them like a slide about the cleanse, a slide about the coffee, and the slide about like now hiring. And I have them tag me on like a colored square on the slide, like on each slide. And then they tag me. I've gotten 35 posts to post up already this month, and it's only the 9th. So it's dope. And then I'll get like DMs saying like cleanse or me for wanting more money or coffee. And then like that's a potential customer that you got from someone else's followers. Like it's dope. It's fun. You guys should do it. And it's awesome because it also gains a connection with your followers that like you're doing something nice for them, you know, just for posting a post for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just something nice to do. One of the last things is, you know, when you're messaging, text replacements, freaking huge. How I sent those messages in the chat, text replacement. So text replacement is basically when you type in a little abbreviation, and whatever abbreviation you type in, the description will type itself. So when I'm talking about, you know, if I'm talking to a customer about keto coffee, I'm not going to type out every single time what the keto coffee is doing. I'm literally going to type in coffee for, and it's going to pop up with the whole coffee description. There's a post in the Diamond and Beyond page and in the Team K page if you guys need text replacements. I have text replacements for every single product, every single pricing of the product, and my messages that I send out. So when I'm messaging, it takes me like 2 minutes to message instead of 5. So if you're a person that has a very busy schedule, very busy day, you're in college, you're in classes, you're in jobs, you're doing whatever, God knows what, text replacements will be your best friend. Okay? They will be your best friend. You have to get them set up. It will take you a good half hour, 45 minutes to set them up. But is it worth it in the long run? Hell yeah. Dude, you guys got to do it. It will make your lives so much easier when you're messaging and doing unsend resends, and also when you're talking to potentials about becoming a distributor or becoming a customer. It will make your lives so much easier. You just have to do them. Okay? And the last thing is interaction for Instagram. Interaction can be, you know, you liking and commenting on people's pictures, swiping up on people's story, and just using the Instagram features like when you're posting on your story. So like, you know, if I really like this girl's outfit, I will say that. I will comment on her pic, be like, oh my God, like I love your outfit. Where'd you get it? Or I'll be like, wow, like this is so pretty. Or if it's like a funny post, I'll be like, wow, you just made my day. Like I genuinely like am like that all the time anyway. So I'll post like how I'm feeling or what I like about the post or whatever. Because the more that you comment on people's stuff, the more that you interact on other people's stuff, the more that they're going to be attracted to your page. So, cause like, you know, when you know, one of your friends, for example, you go on her page and you like 12 pictures and like you get like a bunch of notifications. That's you to someone else. Like they see like, oh, wow, Kayla liked my first 3 pictures. Oh, and she swiped up on my story. Oh, and she commented on my pictures. I'm going to go look at her page and do the same thing. And then they look at your page, and then they read your posts, and then they like your posts, and then they love your filter, and then they swipe up on your story, and then they DM you and be like, wow, what do you do? Like, it's just like a triple effect. So like the more that you interact with people, the more that they're going to interact back. Okay? And it's really fun too, because you literally like all we do is talk to people. That's it. This business is not complicated at all. It's very simple. We post on our story, we post on our feeds, we message, we follow up, we do unsend resends, and we talk to people all the time. Whether you're messaging or following or you know, talking to potential distributors or potential loyal customers, that is all that we do. That's it. Like, that's really it. And it's just building those relationships and building those connections that are so important. And that's why you have to be consistent every single day. This is the last thing that I'm going to say. You have to be consistent every single day. If you are not consistent, you will not see success in this business. Take it from someone that has been consistent and it's been working great to where I didn't message for months and complained as to why I didn't get customers or complained as to why I didn't get distributors because I wasn't doing the work, you know? So get into a routine. Literally get into a routine of what you have to do every day. And I made a to-do list. I sent it in the Facebook chats. So like everybody should have it. But I made a to-do list of what to do every single day when it comes to messaging, following, and posting and doing self-development and doing all of those things. So make sure if you're a list person or your like brain is like a squirrel like me and you forget everything or you get distracted, have that list and check it off when you finish. And like when the list is checked off, you're like, oh my God, I did it. And like you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed when you have such a busy day and you still get your stuff done. Because you have a list, because that's what you have to do in order for this business to work. This business will never give you a paycheck that you don't deserve. So if you haven't really worked hard and you haven't posted in 3 weeks and you haven't gotten a customer, yeah, you're going to get $50 for a paycheck. Because that's what you deserve, because you didn't message and you didn't post every single day. But if you post every day, if you message every day, if you follow every day, if you post in your story every day, if you do unsend resends and you interact and you're personable and you talk to potential customers and potential distributors every day, your team will explode. Your team will explode, your paycheck will grow bigger, and you'll promote. That's the whole point of why we join this business. The majority of the reason is money. We want more money. We're money driven. Okay? I joined for money. Maybe someone on this team joined for more time. Maybe someone on this team joined for more friends. Whatever you join for, at the end of the day, what do you want? Money. That's what you want. You will never get a paycheck that you don't deserve, whether you do the work or you don't. Okay? So if you're sitting here right now on this training, whether you just started or you've been in for a while, check yourself. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you working hard? Are you messaging? Are you following? Are you doing the things? And if you say no, fix it. Only you have the power to do that. I can pump you up all day long. Your uplines can pump you up all day long. But at the end of the day, I cannot do the work for you. That is up to you. You joined with this team. You joined with me. You joined with any of our girls. Whoever your upline is, you joined with them. Don't ghost them. They're there to help you. Okay? And if you are like, I don't know where to start, there's really no right answer. You just start. You just do it. Don't hold yourself back just because this is something different or because you have no idea what to do. You learn as you go, and that's with any job. If you worked as a waitress, you have to learn the menu. You have to learn the drink menu. You have to learn, serving etiquette. I was never a server, so I couldn't freaking tell you. But you have to learn how to do a job no matter what job you have. No matter what. So that's part of this job is you learn. But when I tell you that it's simple, that it's easy, that it's fun, I mean it. I do this full time. I've been doing this for 3 years now. Like, this is the best job you could ever have. And it will provide so much for you if you work hard for it. You will never be given something that you pray for and wish for if you don't work hard for it. It's all in the hard work. It's all in the passion. So if you're brand new, reach up to your upline. Be like, what do I need to do to make $500 a month? What do I need to do to get a better paycheck? What do I need to do to get a better working team? Whatever it is, check yourself, figure out what you're doing wrong, be honest with yourself, give yourself grace, and let it go. 2019 did not go the way that I wanted it to. I did not promote in 2019 at all. And it sucked because I promoted 3 times in 2018. But I'm still here. I kept going. I didn't give up. I don't give up. on my team and I don't give up on myself. I'm still here. And I went through a lot of crap in 2019. And instead of giving up and quitting, I kept freaking going. And I'm here. So, and I checked myself. What am I not doing? I wasn't talking to enough people. That was one of them. Wasn't following up. I hate follow-ups. They're awful. I don't like them. I wasn't unfollowing. Unfollowing is huge. And as much as it's important to following, you need to unfollow too. And I was just like, I need to do all the things. So I checked myself, and January 1st started over. Pretended like I was a brand new distributor. And I have been enrolling like a bad woman. My team's on freaking fire. Everybody on this Zoom right now is on freaking fire. Okay? So that is the training. That is the Instagram training. I am ending this recording, and I will see you guys